What it do, vinyl community? Welcome to the Fluffy Records YouTube channel. My name is Brian, that's Brian, and today I wanted to shoot a video that I've been wanting to make for some time now, and that is the toothpick method. Um, the following records that I'm going to show have been saved with me using the toothpick method, and some records that needed, I guess, further treatment to where I had to have someone help me fix in terms of scratches or record skips. So before I get started, please like, subscribe. I'll be leaving my Instagram link in the description below. I always appreciate when people follow me on there. I try to follow everyone back. But yeah, I always appreciate it. So let's get started. The toothpick method, or rather I like to call the paperclip method, either or, is a method you use when you notice skips in a record. Now, this might be controversial, and I know because people say, oh, using the toothpick method can really damage your records. Well, I advise people to not use the toothpick method for the following. 1, new records. You can always return those. 2, if you paid a shit ton of money for a particular record, I would not use the toothpick method unless you are, I guess, an expert on knowing how to use it. Okay, other than that, I'm not sure if there's any other cautionary ones where I need to tell people not to do with the toothpick method. But anyways, this video, I'm just going to be talking about a little bit about how I use it and which records I experimented with by using the toothpick / paper clip method. So I started to do this maybe like 2 months ago. I noticed a few records of mine had a skip or a repeating, where there was a repeat on a certain rotation within the groove of a record, and I noticed there was debris, or you can call it dust or gunk, that was just feelable and wouldn't come off. So I started off using the toothpick method there. Whenever you handle a record with the toothpick method, you wanna be careful about it, and you wanna gently remove the debris by gently just following the groove of the record with the toothpick, right? So here's some records that I was able to save using them, and there are a number. And to my surprise, some I didn't catch the first time. Well, because I didn't notice it, and I guess maybe there was some gunk later on. But let me start off with the first one. I paid $1 for this. Most of the records I'm going to show, if not all, were fairly inexpensive, so they were good enough for me to experiment on. So first one, Gary Bart's 1980. I paid $1 for this from my local shop. This is on Arista. Now, what I do, and let me actually, before I go further, let me show you guys how I do it. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I use this light here. This comes in handy. You put it, on your head, and you turn the light on. And I'm not going to do that, but you want to have some sort of lighting to be able to look at the grooves and where the particular scratch, or not even scratch, because I don't handle the scratch, the feelable scratches, but like the debris part of the record. I use this, even though I'm still fairly new at it. My hands do still get a little shaky, but you want to be as stable as possible, because you don't want to be as shaky, because you might really cause a scratch. And if that doesn't work, or at least if you don't have any confidence in that, buy like one of those like microscopes that I think are like USB or something, but I don't have a microscope. I don't use a microscope, but this is, anyways, back to the record. Gary Bart's on Arista. As you can see, there are some scratches, but this is an excellent record. Jazz, funk, soul. And there was a noticeable piece of gunk in one of the grooves here. I don't know. I won't be able to show you guys because I already took it off, but this is the first one that I experimented on and noticed that the skipping went away. So yeah, this is the first one right here. Okay, so next up, by the way, most, if not all, of the records that I'm going to show are records that I bought locally. So the next one is Ramblin', the Jack Wilson Quartet featuring Roy Ayers. This is on Vault. I think this was, what, 1964, 65, 66? Can't remember. This is another one that I got relatively cheap. And so, not only that, but the record is pretty noisy. So, but a really clean cover. And so what I'm hoping is, I'm hoping to buy another cleaner disc copy and just maybe Frankenstein the disc with the other jacket. If I find a better disc copy but a crappy jacket, I'm letting that one go. But Jack Wilson was another one that I was able to save. Next one, not necessarily jazz, but this is one that I'm proud to be able to save and keep in my collection. This is one that I thought I was going to let go of because of the skip, but I saved it. This is Trout Mask Replica. Captain Beefheart and his Magic Band. This is on Bazaar, which is like a subsidiary label. But yeah, I've had two originals in the past and let go because I honestly couldn't connect with the music. But now, it might be cheesy, but like now I can connect with it more. So next one. Oh, by the way, the Trout Mask didn't pay much. I think this was like $20 or $30. Next one, paid like $10 or $15 for this one. This is Jam Session on Emersy, Clifford Brown, and Max Roach with Maynard Ferguson, Herb Geller, Dinah Washington. I think this one originally came out in 1954. This is a reissue. Again, didn't pay that much. Again, also, everyone is different with in terms of like how much a record would cost. Like if like price for everyone is different, right? So for me, if I pay anything under 100, well, anything under 60 is probably for me cheap. Is what I consider cheap for a record. I'm sorry, but this is one that I was able to save. Again, okay. Next one I paid, I think, either 40 or 50. Really clean condition. The first time I know for sure didn't have a skip, but for some reason later on, I don't know how like a piece like of dust or debris got in the groove, and noticed there was like a repeated rotation. But I managed to save it. This is Setting the Pace with Dexter Gordon, Booker Irvin, of course, session leader. This is an original mono. Really clean. Got this one at my local shop, High Fidelity. Shoutouts to the peeps working there. Actually, okay, I'm wrong. Not everything was local. This one, although it is from a local store here, I didn't actually buy locally. I got this one through their whatnot auction. But I paid $9 for this. This is Herbie Hancock's Inventions and Dimensions. This is a later reissue on United Artists. Another one where it's the wax is like really crackly and not in the best condition. So, and again, $9. Of course, I'm gonna try to experiment with this one. This one had again a repeated skip, and yeah, this is one where I didn't pay much for, and I'm happy to say this is gonna be a placeholder of mine until I find either a cleaner copy or an original. This next one, I think, probably would have cost more if there hadn't been a repeated skip, but I don't know. But this is one that got from my local shop, High Fidelity. Paid $60 for it. So again, this is a and this is a steal. I think I'm really happy with this one. This is going to be the last one that I show from the records that I saved. This is Rudolph Johnson, Spring Ray on Black Jazz. For $60, I knew right away I had to pick this one up. This is one. There's a guy on TikTok that has this like shtick or his motto. I just saved myself $150. Well, in this case, I really did save myself $150 because I only paid $60, and I think the reason being is because it had a piece of gunk in the grooves and that I was able to remove using the toothpick method. And I don't know if you'll be able to see here. Right there. You can see right there. I mean, it might look like there's damage, but the record plays excellent. Look at track 3 right there. That's where the gunk was. And again, this might have controversy. But I've been wanting to make this video, and I've been wanting to just share my thoughts on this and share what I share to you guys, that there are records that I wanted to get rid of but didn't because I was able to try something out, try something new for me at least, and I was able to save them, and now I don't have to go and look for other copies. But yeah, this is a great one. Love the music, and yeah. Okay, so these next few I actually did have someone help me fix, admittedly, but honestly, these are records that you might see, but they might be pricey. Some of them I didn't overpay, or some I paid for a good price, and that being said, it's probably because they were jacked, jacked as in the disc was messed up. So this guy on Instagram, he goes by the Vinyl Clinic, helped me, as he says, cure the records. He goes by Dr. Mingus, based in China. Yeah, at first I was a little sketched out, but I got to know the guy, and seems really cool. And he goes on Instagram by Vinyl Clinic. And honestly, I could have probably had someone here in the States help me out, but I don't know anyone who does this. So it's like, you know what? I'm just gonna take a shot here and see what happens. So I asked this guy if he could fix my records, and he was like, yeah, this is what I do. 2 of them, this is my fault, okay? 2 of them were fixed. Actually, okay. All of them were fixed. But 2 of them came back, and I noticed there were skipping in other areas, and that's not his fault. I my dumbass forgot to honestly check, not even double check, but I should have quadruple checked, because I noticed there were other skips in the places where I told them that there were skips. So let me start off with those two. So the first one, he was able to fix, but I guess I didn't double check, triple check, quadruple check the skips. So I sent this one out. This is Ella and Louis, or Ella and Louis, on Verve. This is an original. He was able to fix the skips where I told him there were skips, and that was on side 2. It's not going to be noticeable on here, but I mean, the record is fairly clean, and that's the issue. Like, sometimes a record can look really clean and still have scratches. I mean, there is a scratch right there, but that doesn't affect play. When I received this back and started to play the record, I noticed there was sort of like this gunk on side 1, and I'm probably going to show a picture somewhere here. If anything, I can show it right here. Right there. You see that? And that's not something you can remove. That's in the record. So I didn't bother like using the toothpick method because I know it's not going to work, or at least my way of using the toothpick method, because I don't know how to fix those types of skips. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this, but I thank him for fixing at least side 2. Again, I didn't notice there was an issue with side 1. That's my fault. But he was able to fix the others that I told him to fix. Again, I didn't know there was an issue on side 1. But yeah, this might be just, I don't ever sell records that have skips, so I'm not gonna be selling this one. But maybe I don't know what I'm gonna do with this copy, but for now I still have it. The next one was a local find. By the way, this was from a local shop. Another one from a local shop that, again, got fixed, but I didn't notice from the first time that there was another skip in the record. And that's from this Woody Shaw record, Blackstone Legacy. Let me see if I can fix this. There we go. Woody Shaw, Blackstone Legacy, double disc that I found. And again, this is one that I paid for. I honestly didn't even pay for it. Well, I did pay with using, I traded records. So, in some way I did have to give something to receive this. But, yeah, I took a gander, and I was happy that he was able to fix that. The doc was able to fix the skips that I told him where the skips were noticeable, but I guess I didn't notice there were more skips, but on a different side of the disc. These I'm really happy that he was able to fix, and these are all clean and ones that I honestly thought I was gonna have to give away, sadly, but now they're in my collection, and until I find cleaner copies, maybe, except for one, I'm happy that these are in my collection. One from these two are gonna be from a local find, and my last one will be from an eBay purchase from maybe a year ago. First one, Curtis Fuller Soul Trombone. Paid $50 for this. This was a white label promo. this is a white label promo. And I noticed there were some skips, not repeated skips, but there were some skips on the first track, and they aren't, well, they're noticeable when you hear the music, but for some reason I didn't catch it on the first listen. So this is one that I am very happy that got fixed. This next one was priced at $120, but because I had store credit at the local shop, I only paid $60 for. This is one, honestly, where I can say I saved myself the $150. This is Sonny Rollins' Way Out West original. Mono on contemporary. Yeah, I'm so happy to say that that the doc was able to fix this record, and because for some years now, actually, I hadn't really listened to this one, to my copy, because of that particular skip. And now I can say I've been spinning this one a lot now because of the fix. So very, very happy. And yeah, I mean, if you look up, original pressings of this, it goes for over 100. So last one, and this is one where I had to pay up. So of course I didn't want to let this one go, but at the same time I did, because this skip was bothering me. And this is one where I didn't really, for the time that I had when I first had it, I was listening to it, but I wasn't listening to the last, or to the song that had to skip. So I wasn't really, over time, I was just not listening to this record. But now I can say I'm happy to be able to put this back on my platter as many times as I want. And yeah, I did have to pay up for this record when I had seen it on eBay. I'm talking about Blue Note 4227. Joe Henderson's Mode for Joe. This is an original mono pressing. And, well, this one had a skip, or as I like to call it, a repeated skip. And that was bothering me. And it wasn't one of those where it had the debris or gunk or whatever. This is one where I think you had to have a microscope and look deep into the groove and to see what the issue was, because again, I don't know how to do that yet. I hope to do so in the future, but thanks to this guy, he was able to fix it for me, and now it plays through. Again, these are just some of the records that I've been just that I wanted fixed, and the other records I was able to fix myself. As you can see, it's a small stack. So that is it for this video. Let me know down in the comments if you guys use the toothpick method. If so, what records have you saved by using the toothpick method? I'm really, really interested in seeing what you guys think of this method, if anything. But again, don't try it for expensive records. But yeah, this might be controversial or not. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, these are my records. So yeah, thanks so much for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next one. Take care.